And I'm sorry, but you have it good if you are in trouble for what number DUI was this?
Who knows?
Double digits, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you can still stay at home and go to work and make money. Why?
Then you were getting the ankle monitor off in 3 days.
Yeah, literally, what are you doing?
Make better choices.
Ronnie, are you recording?
What the fuck is up, guys?
God.
Welcome back to the motherfucking podcast.
I'm your host, Nat.
I'm Mac,
Here
your
we
other
are.
host.
Dude, what episode are we on right now?
I think 11.
12
What? What was 11?
last week.
Drama and Drama, yeah?
Damn.
Or no, High Expectations.
Oh,
It was Family Feud and High
And
Expectations,
High
yeah.
Expectations, yeah.
We're really putting in work. I don't even realize.
It's because you don't when you're having fun.
Is that what they say?
Something. Anyways, this is the episode everybody's waiting for.
It is. We
People are
really built
dying.
up the anticipation
did.
and suspense on the gram.
We were actually kidding. There's nobody who went.
That was a random mugshot, and we just wanted you guys to tune in.
Wouldn't that be funny?
That
no,
would.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
stay.
We do have someone that went to jail.
Totally.
That would have been funny as fuck,
Yeah.
though. You know it would have been.
And then literally we would have lost all of our viewers immediately.
Oh well.
Yeah, true. Anyways, somebody did go to jail. There is lots of drama to be spilled.
And it's a mom update too, which is great for
Yeah.
me.
Because it just fits right in. And now we can give a present time real example. Like, this
Of what
shit
the
is
fuck is
not a
going on.
joke.
No, we're not kidding.
Right.
I almost wish we could have her.
Here, but also no.
Oh God, not here
call.
on the phone.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Don't cross the line.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm hoping she forgot how to get you.
Yeah, for real. She probably did. She's lost.
Because otherwise, well, Jessica has an update.
Yeah, which I need to hear. So we
Okay.
need to talk about Jessica.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Jessica first. Well, then, just so you guys know a little bit, and then we'll call her.
Yep.
And she's going to be a part of this conversation. She'll probably lead this entire podcast is basically now the Jessica podcast once we get her on.
Yes.
Because she's going to take it.
Yes.
And I hope she doesn't fail me.
I don't think she will. Yeah, I don't think
But
she
you know,
will.
what if she clams up all of a sudden?
I don't think she will. It's not like she's on camera, so I think it's okay.
She's fucking hilarious.
She's the funniest person ever. Like, she doesn't even try to be funny, but
She's being dead ass serious. Jesus.
microphone's trying to square up. I'm not the one, bitch.
Not today, man.
Anyway, she's hilarious. She's our cousin in Wyoming.
Yeah, we've talked about her a couple times, I feel like.
Briefly, yeah, for sure.
She's the bee's knees.
The boy's nice.
Because I'm 87, so I
Yeah.
say things like that now.
And Southern.
Yep. So she's going to be really funny. She's going to tell us the story of who went to jail, how this person is related to us. She's going to give it all to you, and it's going to be great. The presentation is going to be much better than we ever could do.
Yeah.
And she also is the one who, she's like, what's like a news channel? News 8? News 9?
News
Tonight?
10?
That's what she is for us.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have to
'cause-
contact her and we get the family news.
Yeah. Yeah. One
What'd
day
she
I
say?
opened up Facebook and I was like, I'm related to this guy and what's going
He's
on?
wanted.
Yeah, what's going on? Like, I know he's been to jail, like, obviously so many times,
Mhm.
and I knew he was on house arrest.
Mhm.
But to see his mugshot on my Facebook, that had me shook.
Right away in the morning.
Yeah,
too,
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Am I dreaming or tripping on drugs? Like, what?
I was like, what motherfucker in the family today?
What are these motherfuckers up to? Never anything good, bro.
Yeah, we never see like, oh, valedictorian
You're right,
of the
yeah.
year, like graduated something.
It's insane.
Damn. Well, we have one small part of family that
Yeah,
does all that.
it's right
They're
here
all,
on camera right
well,
now.
no, even better than us.
True.
You know who you are. Bunch of you just keep having babies and like
Who are you talking about?
the missiles.
Oh, they are a step up. Yeah, for sure. I will
There's
admit.
levels in our family.
Yeah. They made it.
They did. Love you guys.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, what were we talking about before that?
Jessica.
Ronnie, what were we talking about?
Jessica, the jail guy.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
know.
Anyways.
So anyways, that's what we're going to talk about today. So this
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
I was going to
trauma-
say,
Oh.
we, like, also don't always get super involved in our family drama because it's, like, old news, same shit, different day.
Right.
So we don't really know, like, anything.
Right.
I don't really.
No.
I know, like, very minimal details.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I know
Yeah,
because I
yes.
told you exactly what Jessica told me.
Yes.
So it's so fucking funny
It
to
is
me.
funny.
And it's also funny, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's funny to me that we have other family that are acting like they give a fuck. And you guys have never cared about anybody a year
Right.
before.
Yeah.
What are we mad about?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Settle down.
Yeah,
Don't be
no.
calling me anymore about it.
I know, for real. Yeah.
I don't talk to these people. I don't care.
Yeah. And everyone just, wants all the details immediately and
But
what's
then doesn't
going
want to
on.
say what they know because then they don't want to be a part.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah, get out of here. Just shut your fuck. Mind your
We're
business.
going to expose it all right
Oh, yeah,
here.
you're right.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why they
So
didn't want
just-
to tell us.
I can be like, you want to
That's
know
what
what the fuck's going on?
Here we go.
Watch the podcast.
Episode 12. 11?
I don't remember.
Baby, what'd you
12.
say? 12.
Holds his fingers out. Oh, shit. All right. Call that bitch.
All right.
Not
we
that
go.
bitch. Call that,
That
lovely
bitch.
goddess
No,
pussy
she
bitch
is a
queen.
bitch.
Yeah.
We're a few minutes early. Watch her not answer, bitch. All right, here we go. I'm so excited.
Me too.
I love her.
Cancel.
She's bitching. She's gonna be like, that motherfucker said 7:15.
Mm.
It's 7:07. She's going straight to
Your
jail.
call has been forwarded to a
No.
Enter your password.
Jess, I'm a fucking cop.
Enter your password.
That's some police shit.
I swear. Okay, let's call her again.
The actual audacity.
We did say 7:15.
I don't care.
Hello?
Bitch.
Oh my gosh. I'm an hour ahead of your time. This is really inconvenient for me.
Wait.
I thought it was going to be 8:15 here, not 6:15.
This is a
Oh,
shitty
we're
time
an
for
hour
you.
ahead of you guys.
I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, me too.
Girl math.
I'm so sorry.
Well, are you going to be able to deal with it? Or can Stevie
I'm
take care of the
gonna have
kids
to
or
just-
what?
Yeah, we're going to have to. I was supposed to go meet my kid's friend's dad. So I didn't want to do that anyway. So thank you so much.
Anyway, yeah, you're welcome.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You know, that is a thing that you have to do if you want your kids to go to people's houses, apparently.
Oh,
I know.
we don't do that.
I mean, I didn't have to worry about with Marley because she was like, yeah, I'm not going to their house. So.
Okay. So you're on the podcast. We're live right now.
Oh, perfect.
So welcome to Nat and Mac podcast. You're live on Twitch. We're now at a radio
Awesome.
station. How do you feel?
I feel fine. Well, I mean, a little overwhelmed now because I'm supposed to be
Bitch, wipe
going to
your
do
nose.
something, but I'm not going to do it. So it's fine.
Bitch, wipe your nose.
You're being a nasty.
Bitch, wipe your nose.
Look at your tail.
Like
And
a
knock
old
it
wooden broom.
You're acting like an old wooden broom right now.
I
Okay.
feel like an old wooden broom. All right. Anyway, what's up, girls? What's
Dude,
up?
So-
I've been anticipating this call for so long.
Yeah.
I know you have an update. I'm freaking the fuck out about it. I'm excited.
Okay.
Everybody's excited. We need you to start from the
Well,
top.
Okay, but first, I hope everyone on your podcast is excited for me to tell my family that they need to do the things now. So
Yeah, we're all excited. Everybody loves that we do this. So it's fine.
okay, perfect.
Fuck the family. You know what I mean? Besides us.
Yeah. So is it okay if I text Marley from my phone while I'm on your podcast? Is that going to be weird?
I don't know. Let me see. Don't be fucking rude. I mean,
I'm not going to be.
why? What's
Don't
Marley?
worry.
She
Well, I
knows
mean,
we're
I
doing a
am gonna be rude.
podcast. I just talked to her today. Can I
At
tell you?
8:15.
Can I tell you a joke?
Huh?
Can I
Yeah,
you a
tell
joke?
me.
It's actually not a joke. But something that happened today, I was talking to your daughter, and we were bitching about our lives, because that's what we do. And I said, let's pull I'm not going to say the names because I want you to announce them. Let's pull
Okay.
Bonnie and Clyde.
a Bonnie and Clyde, but our family version.
Okay.
Isn't that funny? I was like
Yeah.
saying, let's
Oh,
go
and just
run
like dip
away.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like,
Yeah.
okay, but I'm gonna be Clyde and you have to be Bonnie. And I said, fuck you.
She's low-key obsessed with Clyde from her one visit
Yeah.
to Wisconsin,
What?
where she was
She
like,
is. She sent me
oh
a
my
video
God,
and she was
she
like, he's
loves
like,
him.
Yeah. Like what?
liked it.
She's like,
she was impressed.
oh my God, your Uncle Clyde is so funny. And he's, first, let's back up a little bit. And the things get confusing just because I refer to all of these people as my aunts and uncles.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. So if I say aunt or uncle, I probably mean second cousin, unless I'm talking about Bonnie, who is in fact my aunt and Natasha's mom.
Clyde is my
Don't ever
great
say
uncle.
my legal full name again. Nobody calls me Natasha.
Sorry.
Ew.
That was
I
foul. You're
thought,
going to jail.
Nat. Is
Yeah,
that what it is?
Nat.
Until
No, they know
immediately.
my name. They know my name, but nobody calls me.
So why do you, what,
Who likes the
your
word
actual
Natasha?
legal name?
Natasha is the ugliest name on this fucking planet.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, not if you're Russian.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
I don't know, man. You could be.
I think Ronald's worse than Natasha.
True.
I agree.
Ew, just two
Is it,
ugly names.
is it really? Is it Ronald? It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
full
didn't
stop,
want to
it's
admit
Ronald,
that.
okay.
Ronald
legally.
Duck. Anyways, moving
I
along.
assumed it was Ronnie. I thought
So
maybe
never say
they
the
went
words Natasha or Ronald again. Okay?
Natasha and Ronald. Ooh,
Oh,
that's going to be a super laughable wedding invitation.
yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
Natasha and Ronald.
I'm going to laugh at it. I'm not
Please
going to
join
lie.
us. Fuck. And then with my previous marriage last name too. Natasha K.
What even is it?
Burdick.
I'm like, what?
Please join
Me
the
not
t-
being able to remember your last name is also funny.
You're
That
fucking
is
the worst.
funny.
Okay, start from the top, man. Come on. People
Okay,
are freaking
so
out.
I get on Facebook a couple days ago, I believe it was Saturday, and I see as did you, a little news clip or a little update from the Barron Police Department, which why am I following that? Who knows? Because that's where my family lives. I live in Wyoming, for God's sake. So anyway, I, of course, look at the comments, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, that's my second cousin. We'll call him Clyde, I guess we're calling him.
Mhm.
No, I
that
liked
is
our
not
first
his real
plan.
name.
I liked what we were going to
Okay, well,
originally call him.
I think for privacy purposes, we'll refer to him as Chris. Let's just go with Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to call him Chris. So anyway, is that his name? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm going to go with Chris. So anyway,
Okay.
I look at the photo and I'm like, oh my God, that looks like Mr. Magoo. And it's not. It is, in fact, a relative of mine and yours. And
Yes.
like, oh, look how adorbs he is. Anyway,
Oh no.
so my mom calls me, oh my gosh, what day was this? Day before yesterday. So, shit, what is today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? She calls me Monday after that had been posted. I believe it was posted Sunday. Anyway, and she's like trying to do her own investigative reporting from Wyoming.
As she does.
And that's a
From
pretty
Wyoming.
typical thing because her sister, Tasha's mother, we'll call her Kim
Yes.
for privacy reasons,
Right.
tends to not answer her phone pretty frequently. And so my mom likes to do this thing where she calls everybody and is like, hey, where's your mom? Or where's Kim? Or,
Literally.
hey,
I
has
get that
anyone
once a
talked to
month.
her? And, you know, my mom gets really frustrated because she obviously can't drive over there, but there's like 20 people that can, but aren't willing, which is, I find to be hilarious every time.
I am never going to do that. Sorry. I don't care enough, Julie. And you know that.
I know. It's my favorite thing. But what's even funnier is that people will actually call her, who lives in Wyoming,
Yes. Yes.
and be like, where's Kim?
Yeah.
Yes.
And my mom's like, well, that's a great question. I'm thousands of miles away. I absolutely could never answer that question for you. So that's pretty much what prompted this issue this time, is that Kim was missing, but lo and behold, so was Chris. So,
yeah, because the mugshot on
mom,
Facebook was saying it was the Barron County Police Department wanting him because he
right. So
didn't
he was
return to
wanted.
jail.
He was wanted. Yes. Thank you for clarifying that. I skimmed over that.
Yep, that's why there's 3 of us.
Yeah. So come to find out, Chris, who was wanted by the police, was on an ankle monitor, like work release type thing. So,
on Huber. He had Huber.
Yeah.
So he could leave jail to work, yeah.
And I don't know how it works in Wisconsin, but that's not how work release works here. You don't get an ankle monitor that I'm aware of. You like have to go back to the facility.
I'm pretty sure he was on house arrest.
Okay.
Because that was his mugshot from when he got arrested for a DUI. And then he was on house arrest with the ankle monitor and could leave home to go to work.
Yeah, that's probably
perfect.
it.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Either fucking way.
Yeah,
he
had an ankle monitor. He was supposed to go to work. Yeah.
So apparently, what had happened was, our other uncle, we'll call him asshole. No, I don't know what we're going to call him. I'm not going to call him by his name because he is very reclusive and definitely doesn't want his name out.
We'll call him Sam.
We're going to call him
We'll call him Sam.
We're going to call him
So
Pill.
Uncle Sam and Chris live together in a little apartment above 2 other family members. So anyway,
we have so much family.
So many family.
Uncle Sam notices that Chris is missing. The downstairs family members are like, oh, well, he had come down here this morning, and this was Friday morning, to use the phone. And that was the last they had heard of him. So I think he'd been missing for a full 24 hours before people were like, what the heck? Or he was supposed to be home that evening for his house arrest, and he was not. So, of course, people start calling around. We called some family members. We find out that, Chris had a little bit of cash. Obviously, wasn't doing well on account of the ankle monitor thing. So I guess the story is that he called up another cousin. We're all different side of the family, but somehow related. It's a long, complicated story that nobody wants to hear. But anyway.
We're not inbred, though, swear to God. We're not.
We're not inbred. No, it's just our grandmother's side of the family married brothers on our grandpa's side of the family, and so they're all pretty connected. So yeah, I mean, it sounds inbred. It's not.
Yeah, don't admit that ever
Anyways,
again. And
another
they
cousin.
all live in one very small town.
Yes.
So they call this cousin, who's also, from what I've heard, a little messy, maybe. I don't know.
Messy. Yeah.
Chris calls this cousin and says, oh, I'm so sick. I must go to the hospital. And so her story is that she picked up Chris and drove him to the hospital. And then he chose not to get a hold of her again after he was in the hospital. Well, I mean, it didn't take a freaking detective to figure out that's not what happened, because Tasha's brother, who lives with her mom, confirmed that the two had been spotted together. They were together. The crackhead cousin, female cousin, was like, oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure they're together, but I didn't drop them off there. Anyway, I guess what she said is that she had just taken him to the hospital and she didn't hear anything else from them. So Tasha's brother confirms he sees all 3 of them together.
Oh, gotcha.
Friday morning.
Damn, these hoes lying. Why the fuck you lying?
Well, that's what I thought. So, my mom, just freaking detective over here, is like, well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
And she
my
will.
sister's missing.
Sherlock
My
Holmes.
cousin's missing.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the run now from the police.
The fuck
pretty
is
much
going
the
on
consensus
here, man?
was, the consensus was if they weren't together, that Chris was most likely, I don't know,
Dead.
floating somewhere. We didn't know. Dead, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that's what people
So-
were worried about. again.
Right.
I don't know
So
why.
my mom was like, we got to get to the bottom of this. So, they obviously had met up at some point. He had the cash. Kim had the car, which from what I've been told would maybe make it to the border of Minnesota.
Yeah, like
car.
come on, be
It was
so
barely
fucking
a
for
car
real.
at this point.
So
oh my God.
the other cousin that definitely did not want to be involved, the methy cousin that dropped him at the hospital, was like, I was not there.
Yeah, she has court
the only
already.
time I came there was to drop off Kim's clothes.
Because my mom doesn't have water right now.
Yeah, apparently.
At her house.
Apparently there's no water happening there.
That's great.
But he was there. I didn't see it. I have no idea. Well, then Tasha's brother confirmed to everybody, yes, I did see all three of them together. So somebody's lying. That morning, Friday morning, when he supposedly went to the hospital and went missing, he says they were all together. Well, my mom calls the meth head cousin and is like, hey, he says he saw all three of you. And she's like, I'm going over there right now to say that I wasn't there, which that didn't happen either. She called my mom like 15 minutes later. How could she have gotten all the way to a different town to confront your brother?
Remember where we are.
Well, I know, but the meth head timing still wasn't accurate.
You're right.
Anyway, she would have gotten there and back. But either way, she was sticking to her story that she dropped him at the hospital and that was the last time she saw him. So for a full day, we're, trying to figure out, well, not me, because I already knew what had happened. People are trying to figure out exactly where these two, Bonnie and Clyde, had gone, Kim and Chris. With, I'm not sure how much money, but definitely not a reliable vehicle. So they want to answer the phone. Nothing really comes of it. I hadn't heard anything. This morning I get to work and
okay, I don't know any of this part.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
Yeah, this is new. This is a new development. So just like when you and I talked on the phone, we were like, yeah, we pretty much have this mystery solved. We know exactly what happened. And we were correct.
Were we?
So yes. So it actually, yesterday or last night, Chris comes wandering into his apartment with Sam, soaking wet, with a half-gallon of vodka.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chris.
So he said to the uncle, my actual uncle, that...
Uncle Sam?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, I'm going to go ahead and drink this and go to bed, and then I'll turn myself in the morning. Let me back up here a little bit. Uncle Sam, who hasn't left the apartment since probably we visited
03.
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Decided he was going to be a detective. He was going to solve this mystery.
Yeah, he was going to be here for it. Y'all are acting like there's a fucking reward to get this guy back.
Yeah, what is
Nobody's
the reward?
getting money. Nobody's getting money. Yeah. No one still doesn't care. So.
Right. I don't. Yeah, I really don't understand what's
crazy. Yeah, too, because okay, now he's gonna turn himself in, and then everyone's gonna quit talking about him again.
And it'll never be a thing again. Yeah. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about him again.
Right.
Nobody's gonna care where my mom is again.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, it's so weird. So all of a sudden these two are just in the limelight. But that's what I keep wondering. It's I think the town there is just really small. That this is a really big deal because so many people on the Facebook post of him missing were like, oh, this just doesn't sound like him.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Who are y'all talking about?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I know this motherfucker.
I was like, what do you mean that doesn't sound like him? That is so typical for anyone in our family to do. Disappear.
I wouldn't think of anybody.
Come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like we stated,
so he shows up,
it's not like they had a reliable car or money. Like, where were they going to
go?
I don't know.
Hey, how's your battery doing? Because I can plug your phone in.
Oh, it's good, I think.
Yeah. Can you go ahead and plug mine in, too? It's a little low.
Ronnie. Plug your
Anyways.
Okay.
So he shows up there that he was soaking wet and had the vodka. Your mom finally answers the phone for my mom this morning.
Ooh.
And my mom's like, well, where were you?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, well, Chris couldn't blow into his device that morning. So we called in a panic. Ooh, yeah, sorry. We'll call her. He called and had her come pick him up from the house, and she brought him right over to my house. And he took his money and his stuff, and we went to Minnesota.
What?
What do you mean you went to Minnesota? And what was your plan?
Yeah.
I want to know more.
I guess their plan was, so they gambled a little bit. They had a little bit of fun, hung out, and apparently Chris drank a bunch and acted like an asshole, and she got sick of him and dropped him off in Almena and went home and went to bed.
That is literally them and our family, and it makes me sick. That they...
He's missing for 4 days.
These people are grown as fuck, by the way. How
60.
old? Yeah, like grown as fuck.
60s, 50s and 60s.
And this is not abnormal behavior. This is just another day for them.
Like, that's why I was not
concerned,
even in the slightest bit worried.
Right. Neither was I. I was like, okay.
Right. I'm like,
they are gonna have to come back. The only people they know are in the town that they live in.
Yeah.
Right. And they're
they
all
have
related.
Yeah. And
all
the
related.
only people that would ever be willing to help them are in that town.
And they only do that because we're related.
Right.
And they have no other choice. Fuck.
I think the funniest part for me, though, like why it was so funny is because my mom and I had been on the phone several times. And I don't think she was like really concerned as much as she was like, I really want to know what these weirdos are doing. Like, what is going on here? So after she had talked to several people, you know, she was trying to piece it together. And so we're just kind of piecing it together. Like, where could they be going next? What are they doing next? And it's like, if you were them, what would you be doing? And it was like, she had the entire thing solved. She's like, I already know exactly what happened.
I said the
I
same
guarantee
shit
it.
too.
Yeah. And we'd had it solved. The hospital thing never happened. He never went to the hospital. He straight up just couldn't blow in his device. And she brought him right to your mom, and they packed up the car and bounced to Minnesota. So your mom got sick of him.
My biggest question right now is, why did crackhead cousin not just say that then? Because what's the difference of her dropping him off at a hospital or at other crackhead my mom's?
I don't know.
That's where I'm starting.
She's
to see
probably just worried about getting tied up because she's a crackhead. She probably don't want to be all tied up.
I don't think she wanted to be involved, which I think, that's legit. But why pick him up at all,
Yeah,
like, why even involve yourself?
Yeah.
I just don't get. I would have just been like.
But also, why maintain this lie for 3 days?
Because they're so fucking weird.
They're
Jessica,
so
they
out of touch with reality.
They crave the attention too of people, and because they really feel like nobody gives a fuck about them.
Yeah.
True, by the way. Only unless you do stuff like this, and that's why they do it. Because this is when they get the love.
Mm-hmm.
The love, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Insane.
It's just, why create this big, huge issue when you simply could just, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
The best part to me is he was getting released. 4 days later.
And I'm sorry, but you have it good if you are in trouble for what number DUI was this?
Who knows?
Double digits, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you can still stay at home and go to work and make money. Why?
Then you were getting the ankle monitor off in 3 days.
Literally, what are you doing?
Make better choices, man.
So I want to know what happened that day that he finally, I'm sure it was Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam woke him up and said some shit, and he said, I'm fucking done.
He's like, I'm fucking sick.
I'm calling Kim.
Well,
that's when you know you're down bad. Oh, yeah.
He called the other cousin and was like,
bring me to the other cousin. Yeah, because he couldn't call Kim because Kim's phone doesn't work.
Ever.
Because they don't have anything. So, that's what he was thinking, which honestly is smart. He really thought about it.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
I mean, the thing is that it wasn't smart at all. I mean, like, it was the easiest mystery to solve ever. But so
smart
many people
for
are
him.
like, well, he's in the hospital. He could, we think he might have COVID. And I think what was really funny to me was when the police showed up because he hadn't done his breathalyzer, to obviously confront him or do whatever. Previously, the aunt and uncle, the older aunt and uncle, were like my mom had told them, call the jail, see if he's in the jail. So they call the jail, and the jail's like, oh, yep, he's here. So obviously, morning of, it's like, okay, mystery solved. He's in jail. He went from the hospital to jail. So then the cops show up to the house to be like, hey, you didn't do your breathalyzer thing. And, the aunt and uncles are like, he's with you guys. They're like, no, he's not with us. She's like, yeah, I just called the jail. They said you guys have him. The police called the jail. They're like, no, we don't. So, I mean, there's not a lot of people in Barron County. So, like,
Chris answered the phone at the jail. He's like, yeah he's here.
Yeah. It's not even a real jail. The cops don't even know who the fuck they have and who they don't. They're just bored.
What? Yeah, they just be out here doing shit.
In a town of 200 people.
Yeah,
literally. The whole county basically is that many. God.
Oh, jeez.
It's hilarious.
Louise, yeah.
So, okay, so what the fuck's going on now? Is he back in jail? What's Kim doing?
I'm assuming that's probably what's going on. I think my mom was trying to get more information from your mom, and your mom was straight up like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, bitch,
yeah, she had to come down.
Missing. You've been missing for 5 days.
It's on her time, Jessica. You know that. It's on her time. She'll talk about when she wants.
She was like, it was quite the adventure. I'm going to go to bed about it. It's like, dude.
Period, queen.
She is something. She don't give a fuck.
I don't know. Low-key, I mean, that's me. That is me as a person.
That is not you, Jessica. You would never do that.
I could light the whole town on fire and be like, well, you know what I'm going to probably nap about it.
Oh, yeah, that part. But you wouldn't just fucking go missing for 4 days and then be like, well, just anyways, that was cool. I'm going to go to sleep now. Peace. Like, no, you wouldn't do that.
I mean, I don't think so. Christ. But I also...
Now I'm getting worried about us. Are we going to do this when we're 50 and 60 or what?
Never.
Is this like a thing?
Maybe.
I mean,
it seemed kind of fun. They went to the casino.
I don't really know what things are going to look like at 50 and 60 years old, but I know I will not be making those kinds of choices.
Christ, I don't even know that I want to be alive.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't.
Well, the track record our family has doesn't look like we're going to be in the best of mental health at that age.
No shit.
I'm not now. I can't imagine that. Jesus.
So maybe we will. Maybe we should hold our judgment a bit.
Should we save some money up
so we can at least escape in
at least fly
van?
Somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah.
At least so we can have a more reliable vehicle and get further than fucking
Minnesota. Just one state away, just 2 hours away.
And that's an exciting place for them. Well, we're
dude, I go there every weekend.
Right. Jesus Christ. Man, that's great. So do we think that they were doing the methylation or what?
I don't want to assume, but I mean, who knows? Who really knows?
It's a possibility,
If I was a drug user or previous drug user and thought that I was getting away with this grand, amazing, well thought out genius scheme that they came up with, I would probably take my chances.
Emphasis on genius.
Yeah. It's literally the smartest criminal plan that has ever been executed. I'm so proud of them.
Me too. Gets annoyed of each other.
What kind of car? What kind of car is it?
Dude, it's like a... It's like... Ronnie, what is it?
Is it silver?
Yes.
Okay, I know what it looks like then.
But what is it, Ronnie? Yeah? Or no?
No.
You don't remember it, man?
Wait, what?
The silver car. It's long.
What does it start with? A B?
No, it's
silver
not a
car?
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know.
Impala?
Ooh.
Oh,
it might be, but it's big, like an older one.
Yeah, it's old for sure.
It's fucking ugly.
Anyways, yeah.
I don't know why.
I just was curious.
And the windows, I don't think open or close or do something. The front's taped together.
Been there, done that.
Either way, it was a super sick
Jessica,
getaway
I
car.
forgot you were here.
a very genius, very elaborate criminal scheme. You guys are not giving them enough credit right now.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I hope it's in the paper. This is the first time
No,
it's
I
being talked about.
I think, judging by the fact that he showed up soaking wet with vodka, I'm assuming he had to walk from Almena, and I'm not really sure how far that is on foot, but maybe he fell in a pond. I don't know.
It was raining all weekend, so.
Well, there you
Almena
go.
to where?
From
To Boston.
I just can't
that's
believe
like-
a car made
that's
it through
quite.
all this.
It's a long walk.
5 miles, I'd say. Maybe 5 miles.
Poskin to
5
Turtle
miles.
Lake?
No, Almena
No.
to Poskin.
Oh.
Like to walk, that's a long
I
way to
would be
walk.
tired,
Yeah.
but don't worry. They'll tell you that they did it every day before school.
Yeah, true.
And
I
rode
would
their bikes
walk
and
5
whatever.
miles if you paid me.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Dude, remember that
It's
one time you were
excessive.
here and I made you walk from the bar to my house and it was literally 3 blocks and you acted like you were dying?
Because I was.
Oh my fuck. Okay, well this
That
was
happens
great.
to me. That happens to me anytime I'm drinking and have to walk somewhere. Like, I think it's going to be a short distance, and then
Drinking has
like, I
nothing to do with this, ma'am. You
Oh,
do this no
absolutely
matter
it does.
what.
3 minutes in, I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. I'm too drunk. I'm going to puke on a tree. I'm going to puke on a tree. I'm going to pee in this person's yard.
That's what I
I
would
can't do it. Too
Yeah.
far.
One
Too far.
time.
When I'm drunk, though, I feel like I could walk 10 miles and just.
Really?
If
You're
I'm
like,
like at a music festival, if I'm at a music festival or it's like something really exciting that I'm going to, I can walk forever. I do it in Denver all the time. But when I'm not when there's nothing to look forward to, like Taco Bell at the end of that rainbow, then I'm not that excited
All right.
to walk.
Whatever.
One time
Whatever.
when me and my friend Brooke from the last couple episodes, we were in middle school. That's when we partied, was in middle school. And we got really drunk and we snuck out and we peed behind a dumpster behind the Chinese restaurant. Isn't that
Did you
funny?
get caught?
No. But now we talk about it all the time. And every
One
we
time
see
when
it-
I was
I need a
drunk
haircut.
in high school, we were in the drive-thru of Wendy's, and I got out and peed right in the drive-thru. And yes, there were all the people there.
Why?
I don't know, because I'm a moron.
Why wouldn't you just
Yeah, you
piss
are.
your pants?
Or like
I
walk
must
into
have
the
really-
Wendy's.
Yeah, walk
Yeah.
inside. Why did I think of that? Stupid ass.
I used to also put full drinks in my purse as if like gravity didn't exist.
I think that's hilarious. I think also,
But you know,
really quick, I would love, you know what, because you're basically a guest here. Okay?
oh,
We
perfect.
gotta put her in the burn book.
You're going to be in the burn book.
Okay. Do I get to burn anything?
No.
Burn whatever you want.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of the interview questions. How do you feel about that?
Okay, that's fine.
My hair is bothering me so much. It's like all over my neck.
Shut up.
It's actually really bothering me too. I'm glad you brought it up.
Thank you.
How do you feel about our economy right now?
Not feeling good about it. Groceries are really expensive, and my kid's in gymnastics, and I don't know if you know a lot about gymnastics, but it only costs like $5,000 a year. So
Maisie's
I'm not
joining
feeling good
too.
about it, guys.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of money, mate.
So you're not having a good
It
time.
is. I know. I'm straight up not having a good time. If I was making what I make now 5 years ago,
Oh, I know. Billionaires, right?
life would be amazing. I've dreamed about making the amount of money that I
For
make right now.
real.
And
For
that's not a flex.
real.
It's not even a flex because it has
Yeah.
gotten me absolutely nowhere. So
I know.
cool. Oh,
I love that.
yeah.
I
love that for
always
us.
think about how lucky I am to be single and have no kids because I don't know how y'all are surviving.
I don't either.
Read the fucking room, Kenzie. Dude, come on.
I'm
She doesn't know how to read the room.
empathizing. I'm empathizing. Not
Oh, good.
bragging.
Okay.
I live paycheck to fucking paycheck, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
Yeah, we're
saying. I don't know
struggling
how
out
the
here.
fuck you guys are doing this. Feeding kids, clothing kids, doing gymnastics, this, that, and the third. You got
Well,
We have a second
I've got-
person.
still.
Yeah,
That's what
it
it
still
is.
sucks. Even
yeah.
a 2-family income is not enough. And
Oh,
it's
no,
really
it's not.
actually,
Yeah.
it's
no.
super depressing. Thanks for bringing it up. What's the
Yeah,
next question?
that's what we're here
What's
for.
the next question?
Okay. Well, that was kind of another part of it is I was going to ask, like, how are you? Like, for real. Like, mentally, physically, emotionally.
You know, it's really,
Spiritually.
luckily, even though our family is so weird, we come from a long line of trauma that creates an amazing sense of humor.
Yeah.
So I think, humor gets me through a lot of stuff most days, but other days I just be laying in the bed and being like, you know what? I'm going to nap about it. Like
we talk about
right
that
now.
on the pod all the time.
Sleep is one of the best things on this. Maybe the only good thing out here.
You know, it is.
It solves
It
sure.
gets me through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just being able to sleep and being like, you know what? Maybe something cool is going to happen tomorrow. I mean, nothing cool does happen.
I just hope that I wake up in like a different universe.
Right.
Right.
One of these fucking days.
I think women in general are just really good at dissociating.
Yeah.
And
we have to.
Obviously, thank God for TikTok and cell phones so that we can get lost in that until whatever time in the morning. Or I be doing that quite a bit lately, just staring at my phone, which isn't healthy
for a very excessive amount of time.
But what the fuck else are we gonna do? It's
I
that
know.
or fucking
when it's been raining too. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
I think it's just. I really just think it's dissociating. It's like you need to be able to do a mindless task to not think about every single terrible thing that's happening.
And when I'm on my phone for like 18 hours a day, I'm never looking on Facebook or Instagram. I'm just playing a game or watching TikTok.
Yeah. Do you play games on your phone, Kenzie?
I just actually recently downloaded the first game on my phone ever, Project Makeover, and I'm obsessed.
Hey, we can't say names unless they're sponsoring us.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
Oh. That was, oh my gosh. I was like, how are you going to edit that? I'm sorry about that.
Is it Ronnie? You can't tell with him whether he's fucking kidding or not. It's the word.
Why do you say rather?
What'd I say?
Rather he's fucking kidding or not?
Rather?
Did she say whether? Or
what'd you say?
I don't know.
You said rather.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard you say that.
Is that not right?
No, you got to say whether.
Whether.
Like I've heard you say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter rather who does whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's whether.
Well, there's a thing you get to be insecure about now.
No,
you're welcome.
Great.
No, fuck, sorry.
I'm just gonna fuck it.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Ronnie, get the ropes out for tonight. Oh God, that could have went so many different ways.
No, so I asked about the games on the phone thing because I had never really played games on my phone, and then during COVID, I downloaded this. You're going to shit when you hear this, and I cannot believe I'm telling you this right now.
I'm embarrassed already.
You should. Secondhand embarrassment is real. Just wait, girl.
Farmville?
So, yeah. So I downloaded this game on my phone. It's called Fishdom. Oh. Sorry, this is not sponsored, but I got a lot to say about this game. And it's kind of like a Candy Crush type thing, but you also get like fish tanks and prizes and stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, so my game, Jessica, I'd play Candy Crush to get coins and money, and then I use the coins to like make over people's houses and make over their outfits and shit.
Okay,
so it's like the same thing.
Pretty much,
it's so addicting.
It's a good dopamine rush.
Okay. So let me give you some, let me tell you about what happened to me. So before this happens to you, I would like you to know something. I started playing it during COVID. I mean, there was a lot of downtime. And this was before I got really big into watching TikToks because I didn't really know how it worked. Yes, I'm a geriatric millennial. Fuck you. Anyway.
You are geriatric. I'm just out
Anyway, so I get really addicted to this game. And I put my credit card on Google Pay. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just spend like $2 on coins, and I'll just spend like $3 on coins.
I did that the other day.
I had quite a bit of money during COVID.
I spent $3.99 on some coins.
You better be careful, because I'm going to tell you what, at the end of the month, I had spent $375.
Okay, I only did it one time.
I'm not exaggerating. $375 in like 27 days I had spent on this game.
Damn. I suppose like during COVID though, that is understandable. No, like it's unacceptable, you know Jessica. That's unacceptable. But at least it was during COVID.
The only problem with that is like what I wouldn't do for that $375
for real.
Right
now. I think about that all the time.
God.
That's like 7 items from Walmart.
You know what I always think about in that sense?
What?
So one time I got scammed on Facebook. Somebody was telling me they were selling me an iPhone 10 or some shit. So I meet up with them at their work, and it's fucking pouring rain, and she meets me outside. The phone's dead, but it's pouring rain and I was 17. And so I'm like, she's like, oh, it's dead. I'm sorry. I'm like, well, do you just promise that it works and it's not like stolen, whatever. She's like, yeah. So I give her $500 cash, get home, charge
No.
it.
You dumb
And it was
bitch.
like under somebody else's Apple ID. I couldn't do fucking anything. And so I messaged this girl and I'm like, dude, I'm literally 17 years old. Like, fuck you. That's a lot of money for me. And I'm pretty sure it was graduation money even. And I was like, give it the fuck, like, I'm gonna call the cops, like, whatever. She's like, I already used it to pay my bills, da-da-da. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. My dad was like, where'd you work? I'm gonna show up there with a baseball. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I always am like, God damn, you know what I could do with that $500 right now?
Wait, so did you never get it back?
No.
And the phone never worked?
Nope. I ended up actually finding the girl on Facebook, which she seemed like a crackhead too, but there was literally no way I could get out of her Apple ID. Like, that was a stolen phone, obviously. And I was like, hey, I have a phone under your Apple ID, whatever. And so I was living in Eau Claire at the time that I messaged her. And yeah, it was literally like a week before I moved from my hometown to Eau Claire as well.
Damn.
And I ended up meeting up with her in Eau Claire and giving it back to her. She definitely seemed like a crackhead, but I was like, I don't even give a fuck if this is your phone or not. There's nothing I can
there's
do
no
with
other
it. So
use,
here
yeah.
you go. But yeah, she was like, thank you so much. Like, I lost it.
And she didn't even give you a little money or something?
No, dude, she
Bitch,
didn't
wipe
look
your
like she
nose.
had much money.
Well, give her
She probably
gave
was
you a little
meeting
crack
up with
then or
Kim and
something.
Chris. Yeah. Some-
Offer something.
But
I was
yeah.
gonna say, is she related to us? Because she sounds related to us.
Yeah, right.
For
But I'm
real.
always like, damn, $500, man.
I think about things like that all the time now.
Mhm.
Like, there was a little bit of time during COVID where, like, we had plenty of money because the government was just, like, sending it to us. And I was
Right.
like, okay, girl,
Right.
fuck yeah. Well, I'm going to get me a Roomba.
Yeah.
I'm going to get me a Roomba.
And then
I'm
here
gonna
we are
get
now.
some
They fucking
curtains.
planned that
Yeah.
shit, man.
The thing is that I actually saved a lot of that money, and it helped me out a lot. But I also did a stupid thing, obviously, spend $370
Yeah.
on a stupid phone game. And when the realization had hit me, like, obviously I never did it again. Maybe a couple times, but not that much. When I was, like, really depressed and needed to really dissociate, I played it a couple more times. But, like, the realization had hit me one night. I was just sitting there, and I was like, dude, like, you're getting nothing. Like, it's not like you're gambling. It's not like there's a chance to win any of
Yeah.
this money back.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And the shame kicked in really quick, and I
Dude, as
felt
soon as
really
the
terrible.
$3.99 came out of my account, I was like, I honestly was never going to admit that to anybody, but I don't care because I'm not going to do it again. But I was like, the fact that I'm spending my actual hard-earned money on this stupid-ass
On a
fucking
game.
game.
Here's the thing.
I remember.
I agreed with you guys, actually, until just now. I all of a sudden had a moment and a thought in my head. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, I spent lots of money on all my Sims games. Like, I bought the game.
Well, to buy the game, yeah.
But, like, it's basically the same thing. You already have the game, and you're just basically paying to have it. I mean, I know you don't
Yeah.
have to do it, but it's the same thing as me spending $40 on a fucking Sim expansion pack.
I don't know. I feel like people get
So don't feel
super,
too
super,
bad about
super
it.
involved. And
'Cause-
like with the Sim stuff, don't you play that with other people and stuff though too?
No.
So it's like,
No, I mean, you could.
It's
You
not-
have to have a mod to fucking do that, which is ass.
oh, well,
EA, hit me up. I got some words for you. I know
Well,
they're listening.
I mean, yours is a little bit more bougie dissociating, but yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it probably all is a waste of money. But there were times when I would justify it to myself, like, hey, you could be doing drugs, but no, you're just playing this fish
and
game.
that's still correct, Jessica. Things could be worse, my guy. We could have been
Things could be
on
worse.
fucking the run from
Yeah,
jail
yeah.
with another
There's a lot
crackhead.
of things that I could have been doing instead that I wasn't doing.
Right.
But also, I don't know. I probably would have spent it on something stupid anyway, so it is whatever. I
Right.
spent it on something even stupider.
It would have
So,
just
Yeah.
been either like junk food or clothes or whatever.
yeah. So, I
True.
mean, it is what it is. I'm usually really, really good with money, though, so I think that's probably what hurt the most. Anyway, thanks for bringing up old shit. What's your next question?
Oh shit. Let me see here. Forgot we were even
I
doing
wasn't
a
depressed
podcast here.
until I had this conversation.
That's what I do.
Now I am.
If I'm gonna be depressed, so is everyone else.
I mean, that's fine. I
Can you
get
tell
that.
me what your most embarrassing story is ever? And be for real.
You know, I don't really want to call myself out like this, but like
You have to.
sometimes I do be, if I go out, I'd be drinking when I go out. And
Yeah, you do.
so I can't really pinpoint a most embarrassing moment, but I think every morning that I wake up from drinking is my most embarrassing moment, even if I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Even if I was totally fine.
Let's talk about. This is what your most embarrassing moment should be. How about the night you punched your mom in the face?
And I'm really upset that I missed that.
That's not embarrassing, and I will not. Oh, sorry. Listen to my dog. Listen to my dog bark.
Is that little wiener fucker?
Yeah.
Get
She's the love
that
of my
thing out of
actual
here.
life.
Where's Libby?
She's the love of my life, so just calm it down. She's my emotional support wiener.
Okay.
I have one of those too, actually.
Oh my god.
Ew, you nasty. So no, I don't. I mean, obviously, my mom, isn't stoked about that, and still brings it up and is like, well,
She
why
does.
would you do something like that? And I'm the type of person where I have to really be pushed pretty hard to resort to violence. Actually, I talk about this with my mom and several other people just because of what I do for a living. Like, people really like to poke. And I have this way of staying calm and either out talking them or outwitting people. And there's just some people that I can't do that with. My brother is one of them. My mom is another. My biological dad is another. They really just know exactly what to say to get under my skin. And the problem with them is that they're extremely persistent. There is no backing down.
Mhm.
And so you can warn them 100 times. But another thing about me, and I think with most moms in general, is as soon as you bring up my kids or you talk about me as a mother, especially if you're somebody in my family who knows my own childhood trauma, and especially coming from one of the people that caused it, you know what I mean?
Period.
That's going to be a trigger. And I gave fair warning. I don't know if you remember this because you weren't outside, but I said,
we missed it, and I'm pissed.
I know. Well, even the next day, because, she was here the next day. I had to,
Oh,
I
know.
have. I was
bruise
trying to
and
make a
everything.
TikTok of our trip, and like the third clip is you covering up the black eye with makeup.
For her first day of work at a preschool.
Met the Wyoming family. Yeah, she had to go work at a preschool. Holy
tell
shit!
people
She had the
that we are
fattest.
constantly fighting. That is the first time I've ever hit.
Yeah,
her.
no, yeah.
And
True.
She had the
Yeah.
fattest
But-
black eye.
But that's the thing, and I remember even saying to you guys, like, and to everybody that was there. My best friend was there.
Yeah,
Stevie
It was a
there.
night.
and I
that
was
night.
like,
Yeah, we had to go to bed because I
literally
was like,
said-
"What the fuck is going on?"
Our
even?
first night.
It was traumatizing.
No, before you guys went to bed, I mean, obviously.
Do
those
you
my
remember
mom
the
and your
bar?
mom
You
being
don't
drunk.
Do you remember the bar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The whole
yeah.
fight, the throwing,
throwing
up.
Yeah. It was a shit show.
Karaoke.
That's not normal.
And who got cut
Smoking
off?
cigarettes
Someone
in the
got
bar.
cut off. Probably
Yeah.
my mom. Anyway.
Oh,
Karaoke
shit.
is absolutely normal, and I'll stand by that. But anyway, what I was going to say is, yeah, I even gave don't come back in here. You need to go inside. Do not come back in here. And then she, was like, listen, I got one more thing to say. And I was like, well, it's probably going to be your last, but if you're
Bitch.
feeling soggy, I guess weep about it. And so she did. And yeah, I mean, I just feel like any mom is, if you talk about me as a parent or talk about my kids, especially when you don't have the right at all.
What was she saying
You know what
about
I
your
mean?
kids? I don't even remember.
I can't remember exactly what was said, but it was something to the effect of my kids being not knowing shit about life and being entitled, and
What?
then it kind of moved into all of us make up trauma and we don't know trauma. And
That
I
shit
don't know,
drives
it
me insane.
That's
That
what them
irks
fuckers
me.
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
These parents of ours.
Gaslight.
man.
us.
It was pretty gaslighty, but I cannot
Yeah.
remember exactly. If something really bad happens, my brain usually blocks it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
But I can't remember exactly what it is she said. My friend would know because she was like I'm surprised you didn't hit her 10 minutes before that, actually.
I remember that, yeah.
But I think a lot of it was just a lot of built-up stuff that had happened, like,
Am
months
I
prior
making this
to.
up, or am I remembering that somebody woke up the next morning and went into the living room and your friend was naked? I'm like,
yes.
Did
And
you
it
get
was
up?
no, it was my mom, and she's like, "Yeah, I had to cover him up with the towel. There's fucking kids here, you know." Kim was saying this, and we're like, "Where are we?" That
Who
whole
was
trip
it?
was
I
a
don't say who it was, but
That trip,
I don't
Jessica,
remember that.
I can't. We got to do it
Yeah,
again.
because we were in the basement. She came downstairs. I think everyone was still sleeping.
Yeah, and she, was trying to act like she was Marley's age. That's what she does. She's so weird. So
I don't
weird.
remember that. Well, I'm glad she did that. Win for her. Kim win.
Kim win. Point Kim.
That was a Kim win.
Only win.
Wow,
I
so
mean,
she's only
I don't know if
negative
there's a lot of them.
4,000 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a lot to go. She's gonna have to.
Baby
I
steps.
mean, she made up to me for that one moment.
That
Just
that
kidding,
is
no,
all
she
it took, and she's all made up
No.
now?
No,
What's
no,
gonna fucking
not
say?
even a little bit.
Jesus.
You know what, Stevie? Don't interrupt this.
Stevie. Tell him to come say what's up.
Let's shout his
He already
podcast
walked out the
out.
door.
Come on,
What
that's
the
another one of my
fuck?
things. Promote ya. Watch Stevie's
Oh,
podcast.
have you been shouting on his podcast?
That's what
Yeah.
we're doing right now, bro. Let's do it. Stevie, our cousin.
Yeah. Stevie, my husband, he's got a podcast out of Wyoming, Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast on Twitch, Spotify. You can find him, I don't know,
YouTube.
wherever you
Facebook.
can listen to podcasts.
And he's on Facebook. He does some art shit.
Yeah.
Cool
Oh,
dude.
yeah, it's not just him. It's also my brother.
Brother.
So, I mean,
From the
it's
same
probably pretty
mother
annoying.
what I
I don't
was
know.
gonna say.
I don't listen to
and
it.
father.
So.
That's rare. Ultra rare.
The hidden
What's
gem.
ultra rare?
That you have a brother from the same mother and father.
I have one of those too.
Yeah,
It is
you guys
pretty
are
rare.
fucking rare in our family.
True.
You guys should
He
feel
is weird,
privileged.
though. He drives me crazy. I love him, but
I love Joshua.
we do be fighting with each other, too. We be
Yes.
arguing sometimes.
He is
But
a
I think
fucking
that's
Can
probably
we,
normal.
since we have you on the podcast, do you remember anything about like my reaction to Wyoming and the family there?
Yeah, and you know what makes me sad about your guys' trip here is that, first of all, it was planned super last minute.
Yeah.
And
I had fun.
I did too.
The
It
other
honestly
thing
was
is-
great for me.
we left my house to go to
A stink.
one
The
place, and
Badoosie
it was
Swamp.
Thermopolis, and it was not,
Thermopolis.
Like
just
I said,
the
like,
name.
it was, I mean, if you actually like drive around Thermopolis and in that area, it's
Oh,
really
we did.
pretty, but
We saw the
whole thing is,
buffalo. It was beautiful up there.
I thought it was great.
at nighttime.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah,
did.
I mean,
We looked at
obviously
the
a
whole
hot
city
spring-
from the top. The whole city. We could see
Yeah, I want to tell
Thermopolis.
people
Fucking
on
Thermopolis.
Instagram to F off about their hot spring photos because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so
Instagram
rare
fucking
to find a natural
lied.
hot spring. But yeah, so obviously that's really the only thing you got to experience. But to actually experience Casper, you guys didn't get to do any of that. We didn't get to take
We went to
you
Starbucks
downtown.
every
We didn't
day.
get to do
We did do that.
anything.
Hey, I want you to know, don't feel bad about it
What?
because that was one of my best fucking vacations I've
Like,
ever had.
name one moment besides when I
I
was
had the-
throwing up in my mouth at the Badoosie Pond.
I forgot I
um,
had a phone. I
yeah,
was having such
no,
a
on
good
God,
time.
it
I
was-
was living
yeah.
so in the fucking moment. I was within nature.
Yeah.
I was like a part
was
of
really
the
fun.
world. I don't know. It was weird.
I was dirty. My nails
I was
were
dirty as fuck, but still happy.
Except I
felt
was really
hippie.
clean because I took 18 showers
Yeah,
a
you
day.
did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and that's the first time I got to see Kenzie since she was really, really, really little. So it was actually like meeting each other for the first time. Which
Yeah.
when Tasha told me, she's like, "I'm bringing our cousin Kenzie." I'm like, "I don't know this broad. What are you doing?" And then
You guys hit it
Um,
off, man. We're all the same.
Yeah.
she is one of my top 5 absolute favorite people. So
Same.
that
Yeah, bro.
for me, that trip in general was just so. I mean, so many weird things happened, and obviously, like we don't have a whole lot of dysfunction happening in this neck of the woods. But it just so happened that like as soon as you guys came,
Well, guess who
But,
was
you know,
there?
Yeah.
yeah, I
Like,
was gonna say
common
not to talk shit.
factor.
Kim.
Exactly,
there.
not to talk shit, but you know,
Not to
we
talk
had my
shit.
mom's.
The
We had my
airport,
mom's
bro.
whole- I know, right? We had my mom's whole birthday party like a couple weeks before you had, or like a week before you had gotten here. And that was a shit show with her involved. Her and my dad were fighting. I mean, so then she came and stayed at my house, and, you know, that presented its own challenges.
Stevie
you know?
was getting so fucking pissed with her.
Well, just, we're like
Rightfully
used to our
so.
life being a certain way.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
I
don't
know,
I just
dude.
think having anybody interrupt is weird, but
Yeah, I give you
It-
guys
yeah, it
so
came with
many
some
props.
challenges.
I let her live with me once, and I will never do it again. Ever.
so I don't really feel like your guys' trip here was an actual, like,
Well, it was.
time
Dude,
for
yeah.
us to, there was a lot of, I hate to keep saying the word trauma because I feel like
It
Sometimes
was. That's what
people-
we
Just
did. We brought it all
chaos.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was like it was a trauma bond, but it was also a lot of unsaid things between your mom and my mom and my mom and your
Yeah.
mom. And
Well, and it was when
Um,
she relapsed for the first time. So
yeah. And so that was a recipe. And I told Stevie before everybody came, I was like, this is going to be, if there's going to be drinking involved and everybody trying to bro
yeah,
down,
I knew it was.
you know
gonna be
how that
crazy.
goes with my family. And that's
Mhm.
what Stevie said. Like, even the times that we would visit in Wisconsin, he's like, I'm sorry, but if your family's drinking, I'm not coming.
Mm-hmm. And they're always drinking.
And I
so.
agree. So you don't come then because
Yeah.
that's not happening. I told my mom she couldn't
it's a
drink
lot.
at my wedding, and she left.
Right. And so
it's
a
not
lot. And it
acceptable in our
depends-
family.
But, like, we all hung out and drank and we were perfectly fine.
Cause we're
You know what I mean?
normal,
'Cause we're fucking-
yeah. Well, I wouldn't
It
say
depends
normal,
on-
but you know what I'm
Settle
saying. We're not
It
fucking
truly depends
stupid.
on the mix
Yeah.
of people that you have. And everyone in our family is pretty outspoken
Yeah,
and
for sure.
says what's on their mind. And we're all also the type of people that aren't going to shut up when you piss us off about it
Yeah.
either. And so I just think that entire mix, you knew when my mom showed up before we went out to the bar. You remember she had already been drinking?
Yeah.
Yes. And you
Remember
were
that?
like, fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I had the worst anxiety, so bad
Yeah,
that
you
I
did.
couldn't even get drunk at the bar.
Yeah, you did.
Just
Um,
smoking cig after cig after cig.
Mhm.
Yeah, just smoked like 94 packs of cigarettes. in
Emptied your
45
purse,
minutes.
gave us a
Jesus.
plastic horse.
Yeah, she was fucking freaking out, man.
Crispy.
Yeah. So I already knew. Like, I had already anticipated that this was
A
not,
shit night.
this
yeah.
night was not going to go well.
I had a great fucking time.
Honestly, yeah, it was entertaining as fuck.
We were doing karaoke. We were
And
learning
because, like,
some
for us, we
shit.
had no obligations.
Zero.
It didn't matter what. Literally, we had no obligations. We were just there.
We were there.
And then we had each other, so we were just laughing.
It was like we were at a
like,
show.
Yeah,
No,
make sure
yeah.
you let everybody know what was going on the day you guys left Wyoming. What was that, girls? Tell everybody what that was for me.
Oh, your first day of school.
My
Or-
kids' first day of school, my first
Yes.
day. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
It was
they had to go to bed,
amazing.
and they were all like, it was gonna be their first day of school the day we left. Ah.
Oh
Shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
and then
your
we
youngest
had the
didn't she do like a
debacle.
little haul? She tried on all of
Yes.
her little clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had the debacle the night before, fairly late, about the suitcase. And your mom tried
Yes.
to take a 400-pound suitcase that was built in 1924.
Yes.
Like, we had gotten it from Goodwill to use one
Dude,
time.
Every time I think about this, it pisses me the fuck off. Like the wheels were so tiny on this big ass thing full of fucking rocks. The strap was broken, and she's annoying as hell.
Did you guys talk about the airport experience on the
I
podcast? I'm sure you have
Don't
had
know,
to.
maybe.
I'm sure we have, but
Yeah, we have.
yeah,
Ronnie
because we
says.
talked. Yes, when I did my mom episode, because we talked
She's-
about her
yeah.
crying in your car because we
Yeah.
wouldn't let her smoke
Yeah.
a cigarette.
Oh
She
my
just
God.
refused to believe that she couldn't take a 200-pound suitcase full of rocks. And it's like,
She's like, it's a free
Ma'am.
country.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
yeah,
up, Kim.
it's like, have you
Where have
been
you
to
been?
the
Yeah.
airport
It's not
in the last
93 anymore,
25
bro.
years?
No, she hasn't.
She hadn't.
She pulled
That's
up
the
in there wondering why she couldn't talk out loud about 9/11.
Yeah, and guns and bombs and
We're like,
It's
shut
a free
the
country.
fuck up.
I was about to.
I think that was the only time I
we
actually
get
saw
held up
Kenzie.
in TSA because her boulder is too heavy.
I think that was the only time I saw Kenzie mad, or like even her feathers ruffled a little bit, is because she knew what the morning at the airport was going
I
to be
did
like.
too. I was
with
like,
this
Kenzie, we got to
nonsense.
get to bed. It's about to be a long
Yeah.
motherfucking day tomorrow.
And
Get
like,
ready.
and then I had to drive home. Like we took my car.
Hey, we had
just
a good
Kim.
time, though.
We did, yeah. We were fine. Listening to Mac
Laughing
Miller.
at-
Yeah, we
laughing
just
at
hear in the back.
Road trips with you guys are pretty fun, though. I mean, our last trip,
Oh
I
my
thought was
God.
super
Yeah, we
fun
just
too.
went to South Dakota together. That was a
Yes.
good time too.
It was the
See?
best.
It was
time.
super fun.
We need to
I
do
mean,
a
I got a little
Colorado
bit
trip.
sick
Mhm.
when I was there, but other than that,
Hey,
it
me
was great.
too.
I
Don't
also
forget
got
about us
scammed out of a
switching hotel rooms.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, talk about your fucking scam hotel room story.
Oh
That
my gosh.
shit was
that was-
insane.
crying.
Yes. Yes.
It was so sad.
We have
so
to
the plan
talk
was
about
for us to meet up in Sioux Falls. So my husband's family is from Mitchell, South Dakota, so that's where he was staying. And so he drove me to Sioux Falls to meet these girls who were coming from Wisconsin. So I'm like, okay, I'll get this hotel.
And
These guys
I
are like,
have
it's got to have a pool.
my
jacuzzi.
uncle lives in Sioux Falls, so my mom and my dad and everyone
It's our
goes
family
to
too.
Sioux Falls every summer to camp out there. So we're like, perfect, because it
Yeah.
ended up being the same time they were going. So
Right.
we were like, we could just meet up in Sioux
Yeah,
Falls.
so we're like,
Perfect.
See everyone.
they can do their family thing. Stevie can do his family thing. We'll meet up and have a little girls' weekend. So I get this hotel. Reviews, I mean, are mixed, but even the nicest hotels are going to have mixed reviews.
Yeah.
So the reviews weren't too bad. Okay, so we get into Sioux Falls, construction on both sides of the highway.
Yeah.
So first it takes us 40 minutes to find the entrance to this hotel. So by this time I'm already, just a little frustrated. So I get in and, no offense to the guy or anything, but he didn't speak super great English, which not a huge deal. I walk into the lobby and he's like, oh yeah, we don't have Wi-Fi. I'm like, okay, that's going to be a big fucking problem. And then he's like, also our pool and our hot tub, the one thing that these girls ask for,
Yes.
not working. So I'm like, sick. Love that for me.
Sick.
That wasn't even the worst of it. So I get to my room. Mind you, my husband has to drive back to Mitchell. So he's essentially just dropping me off. We go into a room. I sit on the bed and just the realization that my husband's about to leave me in this hotel and my cousins are still an hour away hits me. I start looking around, boogers on the wall, blood on the bed.
We gotta post
ripped up
those photos on
Yes,
Instagram.
Jessica, you have to send
Um,
us the video so we can post
It
it.
looked like somebody jizzed in the microwave.
There was a dead
Um,
bug in the microwave.
There was a dead bug in the microwave. Anyway, so and this hotel was not cheap. This was not going to be cheap to stay in, and I knew we were not going to enjoy ourselves for the 3 days that we were going to be stuck in it either, because that was our whole plan, was just to lay around the hotel room, sit in the
Yes,
hot
we
tub.
just wanted to relax
hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I can't even sit on this bed, let alone relax in this room for 3 days with no Wi-Fi.
Just a
Oh,
Yeah,
booger
what the
on
we have,
the
we have
wall.
Wi-Fi in the lobby.
Yeah.
We
So
all
anyway-
just moved the beds to the lobby.
Stuff.
So instead of trying to solve the problem, I just sit there and start crying
Yeah.
Just cry.
Rightfully so.
audibly, ugly sobs. So I called Tasha and she's like, dude, get your money back and don't stay there. I'm like,
Yeah. I was
don't know
like,
what to do.
what are you doing?
I felt so
This
bad
is the-
because we could not help you. We were in the car.
We would hang up with
and
you,
start
and then we'd be.
I think the real kicker was my husband, who didn't really have a whole lot going on in Mitchell, was like, are you going to be okay? And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know. And he's like, all right, well, bye. Sweet. Thank you. Love that.
Good luck.
So I do get it handled with the, I normally go right through the hotel to rent a room, and I did not. I used a booking agency, which was my bad, but thank God I did, because they got it figured out. I called them crying. They're like, we'll take care of it. So I got a quarter of my money refunded. And then once that happened, do you think I wanted to sit in the lobby with the man that I just cried at really loudly and was like, your hotel's fucking disgusting. It's the worst I've ever seen. So I then have to drag all of my luggage to a bench outside of the hotel. These girls are like, oh yeah, we're almost there. An hour and 20 minutes later, they come get me from the bench outside of the nastiest hotel I have ever fucking been in.
Figure out how to get to the hotel because it was confusing. So we're like, Jessica, walk across the fucking passion fruit
Walk
grove.
across a fucking.
She's like, I'm not fucking walking with all my luggage.
She's like, after what I just went through, get your fucking ass over here.
and that was the start of our
you guys wanted me to literally trek
And then
through
we're
a
like,
freaking
hey,
coach
how you
with my suitcases. Sorry, ma'am. I'm not an athletic person. I don't know. That was a no for me. I'd already been through so much. But at that point, I'm hoping that these girls are going to be receptive to just leaving the entire city of Sioux Falls. By this point, I'm
the
like,
entire city.
one thing about me, I'm not fucking staying in Sioux Falls. I'm leaving. We're fucking leaving.
Yeah, she
And
made
we
that
did.
clear.
One thing for me. Oh my.
We just came. Well, and then we
I'm
went.
not
So it was already kind of late or when we picked you up. And then I was like, well, I still want to go see my mom and like my siblings and everyone in Sioux Falls. So we still went there to see my family. And then my mom
They
was just
hated
being
us.
yeah,
They hated us. They were mad we were there.
Yeah, I don't
Sorry,
know. It just
family.
wasn't a good vibe, and my mom was low-key being kind of mean.
That super was like really awkward because I don't really know that side of the family a whole bunch. I mean, obviously we spent a lot of time together when you were younger, so I was like,
At
oh, this is going to be exciting.
It also
And,
really
you know,
sucked though that it was pouring rain, because usually like
Yeah.
they're all sitting outside in the driveway spaced out, but we were jammed into fucking one corner in the garage.
True. Sitting on coolers.
Yeah.
There was only a couple people even in there that even said a word to me, which was
well,
3
same.
people.
Same even. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I was kind of offended, and then we had to drive, and I feel bad. I'm so sorry still to this day, but at least I did drive back. I ate a little bit too many gummies, just, and we were going to split the driving on the way there. Well, then I was just like, I don't feel comfortable driving at this point. I fucked up, and I was like, Tasha, you need to drive.
Downpouring.
Yeah.
Fucking construction. I'm like, this is awesome, you guys. Let's do this every day.
Yeah.
Every year.
So I was like, Tosh, can you just drive all the way there, and then I'll just drive all the way back? And
Which
then
I did appreciate.
Yeah, so she's like, okay, fine. But obviously she wasn't happy about it because it ended up being a long-ass fucking trip. We had to go here, there, pouring rain, construction, but it ended up being a good trip, though.
The trip was fire.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you guys are willing to stay in Mitchell, because that's where I felt totally comfortable, even though our whole family in this garage was like, don't go to Mitchell. It's such a shithole.
Yeah, they were like, watch
we just
out.
are not the same.
Get your Glocks out.
Yeah, like gang, and we're at boutiques every day, getting ice cream and cupcakes,
walking around freely,
going to antique stores.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I didn't see one person that I felt threatened
Unsafe
by.
with,
Yeah.
And the fucking corn palace is there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't miss the corn palace.
Can't forget that.
I felt sad because we had like the most amazing dinner that one night, and then like I remember I decided I was gonna eat my leftover steak, and it was like 94 pounds of red meat.
Yeah, you did do that.
And I got sick. So the next day, I was super sick. And
we're like, well, we're leaving, so bye.
Yeah. So these guys do all their super fun and amazing stuff while I'm just dying in bed. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I feel better. And they're like, well, we're taking a nap now. I'm like, you fucking cunt.
And you never had pants on, so then you'd be like, look at your little butt cheeks.
Yeah, pretty much I just got to spend my entire vacation staring at your butt.
Stevie and Kenzie got naked, and we were like, Stevie, don't come out, and he just walks out. Didn't give a fuck.
And I was like, okay, hurry up. Yes, it didn't even matter because I was putting on a fucking thong, and you know how fucking they make women's thongs. Your coochie's hanging out anyways, so...
That was just such a surreal experience, though, because I was like, did he do that on purpose, or does he genuinely not notice what's going on?
He didn't even look at me. He just plopped in bed and went on his phone. I was like, oh.
He doesn't hear us speak.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Yeah. I think by that time he was like zoning us out completely.
For sure.
But you guys also aren't very modest either. So I'm like, well, if you're going to come and stay in the hotel with us, be prepared to see my cousin's butts a few times.
Yeah.
And
we're just like so vulnerable. Like there's nothing. We shower together. She's seen the inside of my vagina.
Literally. I really have.
Why? Oh, yeah. Because you're gross.
Yeah, you shut up.
Yeah.
Because you guys are gross.
That's for another episode, actually.
Dude, are you going to get into that?
Maybe.
You should.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
Don't do it right now. I've already been through enough.
No.
Today.
Oh, yeah. No, that would
too
take up an
long.
entire episode.
Yeah. We will do that, though, guys. So stay tuned. That'll be another one.
That's a cliffhanger. Why did Tasha see the inside of my vagina? Stay tuned.
Stay fucking tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hey, but real quick, for anybody that is still here, first of all, thank you. This was a long one, I know, but this is like a rare thing having Jessica is what I call her, on the pod. So we had to shoot the shit a little bit. Anyways, what I was gonna say is we are not going to be live next week for a podcast. So stay tuned. We're going to take a quick little break, and I think we're going to do another quick episode tonight. I'm sorry, Ronnie. I'm sorry, Nat and Mac. But we'll just do something quick so that we have content to post the next week. It'll be a quick one. So if you want to stay
Aw.
around, we'll do that.
You guys are planning
Also,
ahead. Look
yeah,
at you.
We're smart.
we are the real deal. We're on week 12 now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm really proud of you guys for sticking to it. I wasn't sure. I was like, well, maybe they'll just do a couple episodes and they won't be into it anymore.
Yeah.
But no, you guys are killing it. Good job. I'm proud of
Thank
you.
you.
God, thank
Thank
you.
you.
We appreciate
I
that.
think
With
you
that
guys are
being said,
hilarious.
oh, don't forget to, if you're watching this on Twitch, follow us on here, please.
Yes, we're still trying to
get to 50 followers. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, like the video.
Liking the video is really cool if you do
Yeah.
that, so we know if you even like this shit.
Same with Spotify, TikTok, Instagram. Follow us. It's at
Yeah.
Nat and Mac Podcast on everything. So you can just look us up.
And
Follow us.
we do post other shit too. It's not like it's always this.
Yeah. So,
We have like a Ronnie Cook segment.
yeah, all the things.
All the motherfucking things.
All right. Jessica,
All right.
say peace out.
Peace. Where's my
Hey,
clapping?
peace out.
Where's
Peace
my
out.
clapping? Here we go.